when it comes to my health, I have a knack for making stupid decisions. The last 4 weeks or so, I've been trying to do things a little bit differently. I started walking 1 day for the week and making a commitment to that 1 day. The second week, I did the same thing. I walked 1 day for the week. The third week, I made a commitment to walk 2 days for the week. I fulfilled it. So this is the second week of walking twice for the week. And then I hope to grow it into 3 days a week. And then eventually, hopefully, by the beginning of April, join the gym. So I have a little bit of condition. This walk today is inspired by a subscriber. We'll call her Miss A Trini, who lives in Virginia. And she sent a gift for Farmer Harry. So I thought rather than drive for the gift, let me take a little walk and see what happens along the way. Something worth mentioning is that I don't necessarily post videos in the order that I record them. Shout out to Eldo West Secondary or Eldo Brown. That's the school I went to. I have a lot of pleasant memories in that school. I can think about the principal, Mrs. Role, our teachers like Mr. Gunnis, Mrs. Bairagi, fellas like Brent Pierre, Richard Rampassad. Big up to all of them. I had some wonderfully unproductive years there, but pleasant memories. And it was sometime, I think back in 2022, they had a 20-year reunion. One of my fondest memories in that school is crossing the road and a Rasta man on a bicycle bounced me down. And not just any bicycle, a Coco Benz. A Coco Benz. Oh yeah. What's up, brother?
I'm just one of those.
Did you order them?
One of them stand here, boy. That is extend?
No, but they have ones that is extend.
Oh, that real boy.
So you could hold, but it is balance your shot now.
Oh,
Yeah.
that you think so.
Can you share something with me?
Sure, why not?
For a video series that I do it. What's one of the most important lessons anybody ever teach you? Is it okay if I record you?
Yeah, no.
Alright. What's your name, brother?
My name is Nolan. Nolan Ben, yeah.
Nolan Ben. My name is Lyndon Batista. I have a YouTube channel.
Please to meet
So I
you.
just make some videos where I just kind of walking around and whatnot now.
Alright.
What is one of the most important lessons anybody ever teach you in life?
Is that kind of hard question?
All right. Well, I'm gonna give you an next option. What's one of your biggest regrets in life?
My regrets was trusting people. Yeah, my wife walk out on me, leave me like this. I have a hernia, psoriasis on my skin, 1 foot, and trusting and believing in them, thinking that they would be here for me. So I'm married, and she walked out.
You're still wearing your ring?
Yeah, because I refuse to give up.
Uh-huh.
I refuse to give up on her. So I'm hoping one day that she will come back, even though that she with somebody. I'm hoping one day that she come back.
You comfortable with me sharing this on my...
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah.
But you have real spirit because I see you're going and jump up on this wall and hang out a little bit. I can help you anyway.
No, I could do it myself.
So you're Tunapuna fella?
Yeah, well, yeah, born grown in Tunapuna. I love fishing, camping, cooking.
Hey, is that a good cook?
Yeah, good enough to survive.
Good enough to find a wife?
What you mean? like when I go fishing, we go and roast fish. You understand? You can make smoker and dumpling on the beach.
Like a flick?
I mean, anything to take away the stress.
So that's your number one stress relief
Stress
right
reliever,
there.
yeah.
And how you surviving?
Well, I just get disability grant, and even though that I pay my bills and stuff like that, and time to time I come out and do little community work, like help direct traffic on mornings.
Serious?
Yeah, and when I do that, people, well, I didn't really come out to direct traffic, No, on mornings I come out with my bird, and when I come out, I see accidents gonna take place in front of my face. So I catch myself stopping people and telling people to come and all them things, and then next thing you know, people start bringing all sorts of gifts and giving me. So, like Saturday had a walkathon with Hillview College,
Right.
and I went out there and helping regulate the traffic and stuff like that. And people bring all sorts of things and help and give me money, water, all sorts of things.
Yeah. So you have a smartphone?
Yes, I do.
What is your challenges in terms of? There's always not know the right word to use. Disability. What's the right word to use? I don't want to use a word that is insensitive.
Disabled?
Disabled? All right. Okay. So
I miss driving right now. The other day, my sister came, take me to the beach, and she said, "Look, I can't drive all this driving." I said, "Okay, up over." I drive from Tunapuna to Manzan and back home. She said, "But you ain't missing nothing. Although you had to drive with 1 foot." So I crossed my foot over on the normal pedal, and I drive like normal because I always been a driver. Hey, yeah, my brother, bless up, man. All right, man. Yeah, boss. Yeah. So I always love driving. I love gardening and all too. I love growing my own food, yeah.
And you live in Tunapuna here?
Yeah, I live Henry Road. All right. I live on the next road.
Well, maybe one of the things you could consider doing, right? Because funny enough, I just make videos with a farmer who live in a very humble lifestyle, living up in Cora.
Okay.
And when he saw me, because this is a gift that I got from my wife, this stabilizer that I use in here, right?
Okay.
And then he started making videos, and I said to him, I encouraged him. I said, make videos, tell your story. I said, because I wouldn't always, look how it's a real pleasure, and that's what I love about Trinidad and people like you.
Yeah.
That you bounce up somebody and you have a very particular story to tell, and you could consider telling it, and one day I go like to link up with you and You know, you tell your story and you might have a gimbal and a stabilizer that you're using.
I even act in a small movie, Trinidad movie as well too.
Yeah.
Yeah, name Watch the Show.
Watch the show.
Watch the Show. Let's see if I can get it.
Watch the show. So what I will do, and it available on YouTube? Where it available?
Yes, give me
What was your role in that, brother?
I was one of the Coast Guard. Let's see if I get it. Before I lose my leg though. Right now I want to go fishing bad, right now. Watch the show.
Watch the show by Bobby Brown. So what I will do is I will look for that, and when I am posting up this video, what is it on? Watch the show, Trinidadian short film 2 years ago. So what, you film and record that 2 years ago?
Well, the person came from the States and record this movie with it have some other actors is like Trinidad reggae all stars. Yeah. And one or two other people involved in it.
So if I want to get in touch with you, or people want to get in touch with you for whatever reason, maybe it might have somebody who want to give you a stabilizer. Is that number you want to give out?
Sure. My number is 282-3334 or 277-7993. All right, good evening, then.
All right.
Yeah. Call me anytime.
So I will save your number.
All right, my brother.
And we will connect somehow again.
So,
and
I
will share the links in the description to this Trinidad short film. Yeah. If you watch the video. I rely by your spirit, brother.
Yeah, man. I don't let nothing pull me back from living, boy. You understand? But you know how it goes.
What's the number one thing you just keep in mind to keep you going?
Strength from God.
Strength from God.
Yeah.
Have a pleasant day, brother.
Yeah, man. You have a blessed day.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You're here for a while?
Well, I'm moving back and forth.
Alright, okay, cool. I might see you.
Alright, bro.
Alright. Yeah. Hey, I didn't get through anything for Harry, but I heading east on the main road here right now. I thought it was open till 10 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah, probably, yeah. But I said, I could always organize that next time. If I see doubles, see what doubles? The Eldorado on the main road there? The doubles you like to get it to Shandy. Alright. I reach Twinkle Star. Alright, cool, bye. Nah, I heading home. Wait, I'm on riding a bicycle, the tires fat like a car, yes? So let's talk a little bit about posting schedule. One of the things I hope to do is post videos on Sunday night at 10 p.m. and Wednesday night at 10 p.m. If my time allows that I could throw in extra videos for you all, I will throw them in. Some random day in the week. But right now I'm committing to Sunday and Wednesday. That could be podcast interviews with other content creators. That could be just random vlogs like this, random adventures with the family, and content with Farmer Harry. Alright. A big shout out to subscribers. A big shout out to fellow YouTubers that have been on the podcast, Caribbean Content Creators. I really appreciate you all so generously sharing information about your creative process, your marketing strategies, your promotion strategies, your dreams and goals for the future. I want to acknowledge Point Boy 12, Trini out and about. I want to acknowledge Trinbago Vibes Peeps. What's up, my Trinbago Vibes Peeps? Yeah, he was on the podcast and shared generously. And then I looked at a video that you did, a collaboration that included other YouTubers like Bushman, Roti Hoppin, Bushman, Jacob and Niche, and myself. I feel honored to be part of that project. So what I'll do for folks who haven't seen that video as yet, I'll put a link to Trinbago Vibes, that particular video that he offered. Bushman, I reached out to you with the podcast, but I ain't hear from you yet. When your time will allow, I look forward to chatting with you. I also look forward to chatting with Jacob and Niche and Ranelli. I've reached out to different ones, so we'll just see what the schedule allows in terms of time. And podcasting, I think it's the, other than Red Wall News, is perhaps the hardest form of content creation that I've done so far, I should say most challenging, because vlogging a little bit more straightforward. You could have a sense of what you're chatting about, but when you're interviewing people, you want to spend time looking at their content, you want to spend time reading about them, articles and whatnot. So it is, a lot goes into it, and sometimes you even have 5 or 6 questions that you actually want to ask the person, and when you realize that sometimes 8 or 9 hours may have gone into preparing content and watching content and consuming content. What are you saying? Yeah, consuming content. So it's a little bit challenging from that point of view to make these podcast episodes happen a little bit faster. I have considered maybe, and funny enough, it is so far, in terms of financial reward, it is the least profitable of all the forms of content that I've created, because I use a platform called Anchor. You can't monetize it in our region here. I don't know that I haven't been able to, I haven't approached sponsors in terms about coming online with the podcast, whether it's the video format or the audio format. And in terms of people looking at the videos, it doesn't, because it has a particular audience that I have in mind, which is content creators that might be interested in the content creation journey, as I was mentioning a little bit earlier. So it's a balancing act. It's like, but you know what? Sometimes you have to do things with your eyes not particularly on the financial reward. I have done a lot of work like that. Please don't misinterpret this for crying. I'm not crying. I'm sharing my story with the hope that it benefits someone in the future. This is me making a contribution to someone that may be thinking about podcasting, content creation, and what the journey is like. So with it, I have received some interesting quotes with regards to the podcast. I've gotten 2 calls. One was from a lady that's a professor in a university away, and she was listening to the podcast with Kevin Jared Hussein. That is the writer from Trinidad who won the Commonwealth short story competition. And I received a call from someone in Austria. At least I was able to kind of hear Austria. I don't know if the person was talking English, and I think as a Trinidadian, they don't know if I was talking English either. So, first time I had a hard time understanding somebody. Usually people have a hard time understanding me. So I am seeing some interesting countries popping up in the analytics in Anchor. But to say that it is panning out into anything, when I said earlier that I have done a lot of work like that hasn't really materialized into anything profitable, I am thinking particularly along the lines of writing. Yes, I have broken even as the expression, in terms of, like you make back at least your printing cost. So content creation from is not a, and everyone I've spoken to so far, they're not able to survive on their content creation journey, but it is that way. And maybe when you pursue things I don't know if she was popping me or blowing the horn around the corner, but yeah, content creation, I think for me, there is a part of me that does content creation for the joy of it. I have lost sight of that joy in the past, and I think it's when my objectives not clear in my head that I have lost sight of it. I think my mind clearing up a little bit more now. My mind clearing up a little bit. My wife might disagree, but my mind clearing up a little bit. But content creation for me is, apart from, like having your objectives outlined and doing it for fun and continuing to do it for fun, there's a part of me that says, I hope to reap the rewards of it in some way. You know what? I already reaping the rewards of content creation. And a lot of the content creators I've spoken to so far, they always prioritize meeting people and hearing the impact. So I am already reaping the rewards of it. I think I just wasn't seeing it for a while. That was a little bit of a rant.
Did he have a bag with him?
Yeah, he had a market bag slung over his shoulder.
Yeah, the dogs were barking at him.
So I acknowledged him, and he went into a cursing fit and level cuss me out. And I felt a certain fear. You know what I thought about next? Fear not for myself in the moment. No thanks, baby, you have it.
Not
you
reaching home 2 corners away.
No, but isn't that a real tragedy that happens to people? But more than that.
Really, when I want to go, I want to be a police lady.
Yeah, and I want you to lock up some crazy people for me, okay? Yeah, so not at you, baby. But I felt a pang of fear for all the ladies that I know may be walking on the road and have to go past this person. And the place is, I mean, how do you go? One of the ladies that passed, she was zipping past me. She was walking, she was walking past. And I said to her, past her somewhere around the hospital hill. And I said, how often do you do this? And she said, I try to do this every day. She was walking by herself. And then I said to her, what inspires you to do this every day? This craziness.
Of walking?
Yeah. And she says, it's my opportunity to reach home after a long day's work and just get out of the house a little bit and enjoy the bush. She said, I prefer to be in the bush than I prefer to be home. And so then I was like, well, you probably are kids, I guess. But think about this person leaving home to get some peace of mind.
And end up with a madman.
And then you end up with this guy who could chop you up and put you in a market bag.
They're the most unpredictable because you never know what they're gonna do. I saw a guy on the main road. You know him?
We can read your top with
The
this.
one who
Look at how
I can't say the paper.
Yeah.
So
His cocoa looks always outside.
yeah, that's the nickname for him. So he was walking and he starts his flare.
Yeah.
So he's like this and then the girl was walking past him. So I was in the car in traffic and I was like, wait, is he going to hit her?
He just suddenly
And
fling himself around like an air dancer.
She was not phased at all. She just watched him. And she kept, I thought she would, like divert or something.
Yeah.
She just walked straight past him because maybe I guess it's something he always does. Maybe he isn't dangerous, but he's just mad.
Oh, this area is yours. She can stop everything.
Is this
I mean,
his
it's
spaceship?
terrifying their
No,
own
that's
experience that they have to go
alien.
through.
Oh, he kind of looks like Pato from
Pato?
Pocoyo. Remember? The duck with the hat?
Yeah.
Pato. Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. I feel like I have a hair under my eye. Da-na-na-na. Bum, bum, ba-dum,
You have one under your chin too.
I really like it with